I would like to talk about how to actually read an acting book. Do you love reading books about acting, but sometimes get overwhelmed by them? In this video, I would like to explore how to close the gap, not by getting into which books are the best, but instead how you can approach and use acting books differently as a way to serve and inspire you rather than overwhelm you. You may have picked up one of these famous acting books, whether it's Stanislavski, Lee Strasberg, Stella Adler, Uta Hagen, Susan Batson, Ivana Chubbuck, and you may have felt inspired, confused, or maybe even guilty for not, quote-unquote, getting it. You're not alone. Acting books have a strange reputation. Everyone says you must read them, but very few actors actually know how to read them in a way that can have a truly positive effect on their actor's journey. So I would like to discuss 7 tips on how to approach reading acting books a little differently. Tip number 1, understanding what acting books are and what they aren't. Here's what acting books are not. They are not step-by-step manuals that turn you into a great actor. They are also not rule books that you must obey, or else. And they are also not substitutes for practice, rehearsal, or performance. Here's what acting books are. They are records of how one artist thought about acting. They are tools to help you develop your own process. And they are also lenses that help you focus so that you can see the work more clearly. Most acting books are written after decades of experimentation and discovery. You are reading someone's reflection about their own journey. They are not meant to be a shortcut around yours. Once you can accept this, the pressure around what you need to get out of the acting book dissipates. You no longer are trying to understand everything. You're exploring. You're looking for what resonates for you right now. Tip number 2, don't read an acting book like a novel. This is one of the biggest mistakes that many actors make. Acting books are not meant to be read straight through at a marathon pace. They're actually closer to cookbooks, training manuals, or journals. Instead of reading an acting book like a novel, try this instead. Read smaller, bite-sized sections. In fact, many acting books are automatically written in shorter chapters. Keep your own acting journal handy and stop and jot down important insights and thoughts as you go. Stop reading as soon as something feels overwhelming and allow yourself to go back and reread paragraphs and sentences, as well as allow yourself time to sit and digest some of the concepts. If you find yourself skimming, take a pause. Acting ideas only work if they land in your body and in your imagination, not just in your head. Tip number 3, read with curiosity, not with reverence. Many actors read acting books with way too much reverence. Then they assume, if I don't understand this, then that means I'm not advanced enough. Don't sell yourself short. Instead of thinking that way, read with questions in your mind, such as, what problem was this actor/teacher trying to solve? When would this idea be practical for me to try? And what doesn't work for me here? And why? You're allowed to disagree, and you're allowed to be confused. Confusion sometimes means you might be on the verge of an important discovery, even if that discovery is a bit further down the road. Tip number 4, separate the principles from the language. A lot of acting books feel difficult because of the language. Maybe it's old-fashioned phrasing, like in a Stanislavski book, for example. It's also translated from Russian. Maybe there are abstract concepts or very dense explanations. You're not in medical school, so your job is not to memorize phrases and definitions. Your job is to contemplate the principle underneath. Here's something that you can try. Try rewriting the ideas in your language. In other words, how would you explain this to a friend? What might this feel like if you were to try it out in rehearsal? Or what would this technique or this exercise feel like in your body? If you can translate it in your own way, that means that you're probably understanding it more than you realize. Tip number 5. Test everything on its feet. Nothing in any acting book is practical until it's tested in action. After reading a section or a chapter, ask yourself, how could I try this out in a scene? How would this affect my preparation? What would change if I committed to this thing fully? Then test it out. Test it out in class, test it out in rehearsal, or even alone with a monologue. Some ideas will click right away. Others won't work at all. That doesn't mean the book is wrong, and that doesn't mean you're wrong. It means that that particular idea might not be for you, or it might not be for you yet. Tip number 6. Return to the book again and again and again. Here's a secret that most actors don't consider nearly enough. You don't read an acting book one time and you're done. You read it across your whole life. What feels confusing to you now may be obvious later. What feels boring now might become essential later. Your life experience changes how the book speaks to you. This is why beginners and professionals refer to the same books, and great teachers return to the same texts over and over again. Personal growth transforms the meaning. Think of it like this. You may know of a handful of great films that you've seen at different times in your life. Have you ever watched a film 10 years or 20 years after the first time you watched it and realized there's no way you could have understood the film like you do now because of the life experience that you've accumulated? Going back to acting books is a similar experience. Tip number 7. Let books support your acting, not overhaul it. If you're reading more than you're acting, you're out of balance. Books should clarify what you experience in rehearsal, give language and articulate instincts that you already feel, and they should help you reflect after doing the work. Acting books should not make you overthink, paralyze your impulses, and they definitely should not replace actually getting up and doing the work. Acting is only truly learned by doing it. Books simply help you find an awareness and tools for you to use when you practice. So in conclusion, read like an artist, not a student. The most useful way to read an acting book is with curiosity, openness, and creativity. You're not trying to become someone else's idea of an actor. You're learning how to support how you work. Read slowly. Take notes. Question freely. Test things out. Experiment. And remember, the book is not the authority. Your experience is. As Albert Einstein said, information is not knowledge. The only source of knowledge is experience. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Click on the description below for links to our website and to learn more about the new Collective Acting Studio and our private coaching membership. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.